Hey plant friends, this is Alex back with Plants and Paws. Here comes Jane to make her every video appearance. It's like I trained her, but I really didn't. Alright guys, so I guess Jane can help me show off my new shirt. You saw it in a previous video, but it's very cute. So let's get into what we're talking about in this video. Leca. So we're gonna go over my first flush day and nutrients, because thus far all of my plants have been in Leca either just with water, like this one. At least when it started out, it was just in water. And then when I did part 1 of this video, I put Super Thrive in the water.
My cats are gonna be stoked to have another box to lay down in. Buy them a cat bed. No. Don't waste your money. They want to sleep in boxes. Like, oh no, sorry. I'm Goldilocks. That bed is too soft. Whatever. Okay.
In preparation for this video, I bought some Fox Farm Hydro Nutrients. It's liquid plant food for lush vegetative growth. It's an instant fertilizer, but it's concentrated. So you take like, I don't know, a couple drops and mix it in to the water. And then it's fertilizer. Okay, did I not get Leca appropriate stuff? Well, I guess we'll do some research. Thought I had, but...
Please hold.
All right, we're back with good news. Fox Farms is great for passive hydroponics, aka semi-hydroponics, aka what I'm doing right here with the Leca. Yeah, it's good for that. Let's see. So grow big. This guy is for foliage growth. Buds and blooms is, surprise, surprise, for flowers. And then Big Bloom, this one, is just an all-around good stuff. It's got earthworm castings and bat guano. Earthworm castings are, as you probably heard me say, one of my favorite fertilizers, just because they're easy, they don't smell, and they're natural and organic. Who couldn't love that? Yeah. So I've seen a lot of minimalist Callie's videos. I've seen a lot of BB plants and Bee's House of Plants do videos on Leca, and this is mine. But before we start doing... Oh, sorry Jane, I whacked her in the nose. Kind of her fault, but you know. Before I start doing nutrients, we are gonna get some... Okay, you're not being helpful, sorry. Go back in your box. Okay, before we start worrying about nutrients, we're gonna get into some root porn. So we're just gonna start dumping some Leca out. This is my Hoya Bella. Oh, and I'm doing it in here instead of like, you know, in my sink or whatever, so I can more easily flush the Leca because I do need to. It's looking pretty salty. See, that white stuff is salt buildup. Okay, so we are still mostly rocking soil roots with this guy, but that's okay. Smells like Super Thrive. If you know what Super Thrive smells like, you know. It's kind of weird, but I kind of like it. I don't know. Also, since this kind of looks kind of funky, I'm thinking I might trim this piece here so I can have 2 plants. But we'll get back to that. Got a little bowl of water that I'm going to, and it's like tepid water, so I think the plants will enjoy that instead of, you know, cold ass tap water. I wouldn't want cold ass tap water anywhere. Let's see. Hoya pubicalyx. This guy is holding on to some Leca. I can gently pull it out. And it is growing some water roots finally. That's exciting. Hoya DS70. And my Hoyas are the first plants that I ever put in Leca. Just, you know, because I've seen all the other people put their Hoyas in Leca. So it looks like this guy's mostly still rock and soil roots. Not entirely sure. Right there. Okay. Alrighty. My Hoya Bella that I was really excited to put in here. Ooh, there's like no water left in there, which is part of the reason I'm doing this flush day. I figured that it would make the least amount of mess if there were, you know, less water in there. Woo! This guy's happy. Oh, I should be taking pictures of this. And I'm just gently going in here. I don't want to break any of these beautiful little roots. No! Like that. I did not want to do that. So furry. Okay, we're done. I give up. You can keep your Leca. Which incidentally is probably gonna fall off after I soak this. Okay, next up is my original Crimson Queen. Actually, this is the only one I have. I have a Crimson Princess. It's my only Hoya in soil, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, I forgot this guy was already in 3 pieces. I just trimmed this off one of these pieces the other day because I thought it was getting a little bit too long and I wanted it to be a fuller plant. So I decided to see what propagating directly in Leca looked like. So this little guy actually kind of has 2 pieces, but the roots grew to the same pieces of Leca, so can't get them apart. But yeah, that's some root porn if I ever saw it. Nope, last Hoya, I guess. This is my freaking Carnosa Green, is what I was trying to say. And I Jeez, did not want to come out. Cut this piece off because it was super long and ridiculous and it wasn't growing any leaves. I don't even know if it's a viable piece, but I figured I'd cut it off, give it a chance to sprout from somewhere else along the stem, you know, give it less concentration on stuff that's not roots, you know? And if it propagates, then I have a longer piece. Or a fuller plant, not a longer piece. It's a shorter piece, thank goodness. Okay, I think that's all we're getting off of that guy. These plants really don't want to let go of their Leca. Okie dokie. Next up is my Hoya Bella that I put in Leca. Got that. I'm actually really happy to see how much root this guy has because he wasn't doing much for the longest time. These are supposed to be like really fast growing Hoya, and I was kind of disappointed to find out that mine just wasn't as fast growing as other ones apparently. I don't know, what can you do? All right, now I have this guy who just kind of went crazy in Leca. Like, wow. Ooh. It's so dry, it's dusty in there. That actually could be a problem, potentially. I think we're gonna have to lose some roots on this guy. But that's okay, because he seems pretty freaking established. Just gonna take these guys out of my little water over here. Just kind of dump it in there and let it soak. That was just some extra Super Thrive water. And these guys are actually the same plant. So I'm gonna be adding these two in to this. Maybe a bigger jar though, because clearly this one's not big enough because it grew too fast and didn't keep enough water in there. Okay, one I'm actually really kind of proud of is this Chatty lilac, because I was afraid that it would have too delicate of a root system for Leca. But since I had water rooted it originally, it's actually thriving in Leca, and I'm so excited to say that. It's got some crazy ass roots too. Like, we're really happy. Ooh, ah. I'm running out of room in my little guy over here. I think might just be a jade, or it could be reverted. Who knows? Ugh, cat hair everywhere. I just had this. I've had this in Leca in this little candle jar forever, and I just liked it because it says bloom and prosper, and so far so good. Well, not this plant. There's a lot of root rot in there. That's not reassuring. This guy looks a little rotty too. Anyway, so those are my 3 little pieces of pothos that have been in Leca for a while. Honestly, you can see like all of that is water root and Leca root. Like, these were never in soil. They're gonna go right in there. And this guy is my little Monstera baby that I rooted it mostly in perlite, and then I switched it over to Leca, and its roots got a little bigger. Ooh. That's a little rotty. We're just gonna pull that guy off. See, you don't want root rot. That's just not good. But the good news is it's easy enough to just pull right off the plant, mostly even without hurting the plant. And it's got a new leaf coming in. Last but most definitely not least is my Gloriosum. That is super, super excited. Finally starting to open. Yay! Rude. What is with these? All right, I'm sure you guys are super interested about how I was gonna wash the Leca. Well, I let the water drain through this hole here. And I'm gonna turn it back. Actually, let's rinse it first. And then I'm gonna close that back up. And All right, and we're back. It's been soaking for literally like an hour. And we're just gonna let it go. Ugh. All right, guys, we're back. I have all the supplies I need to put these plants back in Leca. First of all, I have a 2-liter soda bottle. I washed it out with soap and water, and then I made sure to get all of the suds out. It doesn't smell like soda, it doesn't smell like soap, so I think we're good. I would trust drinking out of this, so I think it's okay for my plants. And it is good old-fashioned hetchy water from San Francisco Tap, which, as far as I know, is the best water you can get out of a tap. I've been watering every single one of my plants with this forever, and, well, not this bottle, I just did this today, but I've been using hetchy for the entirety of my plant mom time, and not even my calatheas are bothered by it. It's just really all-around good water, and I'm okay with that. So, next order of business is this little solo cup, which I have filled with exactly 1.5 teaspoons, which goes exactly up to the bottom line here. We're back. So I am going to start out with 1.5 teaspoons of Grow Big. And honestly, I don't need this water because I know the level that I need. And like I said, this is my first time ever doing this, so I've had to pause and like do more research and start over again. So, like I said, it's gonna be to this line. Here we go. And down the hatch. As far as all the videos that I've seen have indicated, you are meant to add 1 nutrient at a time and shake well. I'm going to rinse this out so I can reuse it, I guess. So the reason you're supposed to add 1 at a time and shake well in between, etc., and again, not let them touch before they're in water, is that you'll get like nutrient lock or whatever they call it. Shake, 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 Shannara, shake your body line. You'll get nutrient lock, and plants won't be able to absorb the nutrients that you've so graciously given them. So you want to do it right the first time. I'm gonna go ahead and add some Big Bloom because it's the one that's just earthworm castings and bat guano. Okay, we're just gonna also do 1.5. Oh, dropping everything. I don't know why I wore white leggings to do this video. Good news is it doesn't smell bad. I was afraid of that with the back one on. Ooh, that is pretty gross. Pretty gross. It's like, we're gonna say it looks like hot chocolate. Anyway. Okay, now we're gonna shake this all up. And we're not gonna pH it because I am lazy as sin. And I trust hetchy at least. Wow. That is an ugly color. It's a good thing it's going in Leca, where you probably won't be able to see it. Speaking of Leca, I guess we should go get ours.
September, measure. Yes, first order of business is I'm going to repot my little baby monstera.
Okay. And so you want to keep this above the water at the very least, if not above the soil. or Leca in this case. If you were repotting this into soil, you'd want to keep it above the soil line because it is not somewhere you want rock. And Leca really is just this simple, like, okay, and obviously you can adjust it more when the water's in. It's grand. Gloriosum chunk being in straight up water. All right, and this is a bigger guy, so it was a little easier to get him in there. I can't wait for this leaf to open. I've been waiting so long. Look at it. It's gonna be so cute. Okay, let's see. Next up, we're gonna put my Hoya Bella. I'm gonna switch things up, I think. I don't remember who was in who. To be quite honest. Oh, I think it's actually finally growing a new stem, which you will not be able to see, but it's right there. Okay, who is next?
Maybe we're gonna take this out.
Oops. Yeah, I think we're gonna put my Hoya Bella in this guy. I think it'll just fit better than in the tall guy it was in before, you know? Okay. I think it looks cute. I like it. This one. Okay, there's the main piece, and then this piece that I am propagating. Yay! Hopefully. That one was fine in here before. But we're going to add this piece in there. And you know, sometimes it just takes a bunch of maneuvering to get your stuff to sit right. And that's okay. I think I'm going to keep the DS70 in here though. I don't know, I think it looks so cute. work really nicely. And bonus, you get to watch me prop it like it's hot. So we're just gonna cut right down here where it looks like someone already did propagate it once. There we go. Chop, chop, little buddy. I don't know if I should let it callus over or not. I feel like it probably doesn't really matter too much. Except that now the sorry, y'all are probably not gonna be able to see too much of this because, oh, never mind. Right, and like I was trying to say, I would not normally repot everything. This hair is driving me nuts. But since this is a learning video for me and for you guys, I wanted to see what the roots look like after a few weeks in just, you know, Super Thrive water. Looks secure enough, and it's so much cuter like this. It looks kind of like my Hoya Bella, which is not in Leca. And this guy, my Hoya Poop Calyx, I'm also very tempted to chop and prop, but put this guy in. I guess we'll just go with this guy, right? I think this is what he was in before anyway. Cool. Looks cute. I love that they're all wavy. I like saying hi. Hi, I love you. Okay. Oh, before I forget, I need to do this little pothos that I cleaned off the roots and rot off camera because that's boring. And if you've been around plants at all, you know how to do that already. Or I'll make another video. And there's my little pothos. Is that it? Oh no, still need to work on this guy because he's been soaking, trying to get the roots to loosen up. Okay. Even after probably at least 2 hours. Like, I do not want to come out. You're not putting him back in there because that would be foolish. Also, can we just like, this isn't even the same piece of plant. Anyway, drop that in the water for now and find something to put him in. We're gonna use this. I I love this mug very, very much. My mother gave it to me, but it makes this like, it has a weird texture on the inside that I don't like stirring in. Anyway, it has Jane Austen quotes, book quotes all over it, and this little peperomia lives on my bookshelf, so it'll be adorable, right? You or me. Okay. And then these little guys are also getting in there. All right. Seems good enough. And I think that is everything. Okay. And let's see. I'm gonna do this one first, because my baby needs some new water. All right. Ready? There's one. And I'm filling these plants pretty far up because all of the ones that have water roots, you know, can be in water. That's why I didn't worry too much about the like a third of the way down and all that. I think it's just more for, you know, plants that don't have water roots. You know, if you're transferring from soil to leca, I think those passive hydro rules would be a lot more important, purely based off of the fact that soil roots will start rotting if there's too much moisture around them, whereas water roots obviously will do the opposite. They'll dry out if you don't keep them close enough to water. And you know, some of these are going to take longer for the reservoir to go down than others. And yeah, the color of this stuff is not really affecting too much. It looks, you know, a slightly bit dirty, but I think it's fine. Obviously this one's going to be totally fine because you can't see the water anyway. I suppose I should have been doing all this, you know, over my repotting mat like a smart human being, but I guess that's too much to ask sometimes. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching me make poop water and repotting all of my plants that are in leca. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell down there so that you can watch more of my videos and know every time that they show up. I love you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching these videos. I'm super excited. As of today that I'm filming, it's December 12th, I think. I hit 50 subscribers and I hope to hit 100 by New Year's Eve. So if you haven't yet and you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.